foam swords, handmade armor and garments, epic battles, a fantasy world brought to life. This is known as combat LARPing. However, some may ask, what is LARPing?
What is LARPing? Is that a new dance move?
What is LARPing? I don't know.
Larping. ¿Qué es esa cosa? ¿Es un algo de tomar un champurrado?
So the term LARP is actually an acronym for live action role playing. Essentially, what LARPing is when people come together and they play pretend. But beyond playing pretend, everybody's engaging in activities that are necessary to create a better atmosphere or build out characters or personas for themselves and everyone else. So that could go from crafting or weapon making, prop making or game design, or even just writing lore. All of those are essential activities in LARPing.
Combat LARPing may appear to many as just a bunch of mindless hacking and slashing, but there is an actual purpose and goal to the game.
So the basic rules, imagine yourself wearing a one-piece women's swimsuit with extra wide shoulders and extra low hips. Anything covered by that swimsuit is a torso shot. A hit to the torso kills you. Anything outside of that is a limb. Hit to the arm, you lose the arm. Hit to the leg, you take a knee. Any combination of two of those limbs and you get killed. You can have anything from a big everybody against everybody fight or two gigantic teams just beating on each other.
So why do these people participate in such a strange activity?
So if you ask people why they come out to LARP, I feel like you'd get 10 different answers from every person, and it would really depend on what day of the week you ask them. In combat LARPs at least, I feel that since the focus is on combat, that most people come out to engage in some sort of physical activity, blow off some steam, get some exercise. So for them, it's like a way of being healthy, being more fit, just engaging in a somewhat active lifestyle.
LARPing requires the participants to be in good physical shape and to have a certain degree of skill in combat techniques. There is an actual technique to their combat.
First off, you need to understand what weapon your foam weapon is going to be reenacting in a sense. If you understand that, you can find historical manuals which allow you to understand how that weapon worked in real life, which then you can take those techniques and transition them into foam, which is mainly transitioning into the lighter weight and the bounce back from each shot, which allows you to chain up multiple hits. But if you ever get cocky, that's when you start losing. Immediately you will start losing because you start making mistakes because you think you're better than everyone else.
Some people take a little bit further than that and they'll spend hours upon hours every single week, some people 7 days a week for years to become the best foam fighters in the nation. Now not everyone can do that kind of training and no one expects anybody to either. So if you go out on the field and you die a lot, that's exactly what I tell my newbies when they first start out. You're gonna die a lot. But as long as you keep coming out and you continuously do it, you will get better and you will eventually be the person that's not dying a lot.
In LARPing, combat and fitness aren't the only requirements. Creativity is another important factor that requires dedication.
With the weapons, it's what exactly you want it to be and how it's going to work with your body type. The best gear you can get, it's usually what you can make yourself. If you've put the time in to learn how to make the gear, you learn what works better for you, what works better for someone else, and the more you use your own gear that you made, the better you get with it.
For me, it starts off first with an idea, and once I get the idea, I can develop the design. And then after I develop the design, I get my supplies and I just go. When I work on a new project, I need a lot of different supplies. I need my fabric, I need my pins, I need my sewing machine, and that's just the basics. My third trial, the masterwork project, I made a coat. And it was just a straight, long sleeve coat that hangs down to around my knees. And then on the back, I did most of the work there. I did a design with my unit symbol in the middle, and then there was a dragon curled around it.
Public perception is that LARPers are stereotypical nerds and social outcasts, but that's not the case at all. LARPers come from all walks of life and some surprising backgrounds.
LARP is my real life, so that's what I do most of the time. But I guess on my off time, I've got the hobby of, a real job. For myself, I'm a member of the California Army National Guard, and I'm actually a helicopter mechanic.
Some people may think that LARPing is just comprised of guys. but actually, it consists of both men and women.
And the thing is, yeah, there's a lot of guys out there who can probably kick your ass, but the thing is, anyone can be a badass if they put in the time. I mean, the worst that could happen is you get a couple of bruises and you don't have a really good time. Best case scenario, you're gonna come down, you're gonna get your butt whooped, but you're gonna have a great time and you're gonna meet some lifelong friends.
Battling in the park isn't the only battlefield for LARPing. The main event these groups train for are the gatherings that bring together other LARPing groups for celebrations and epic battles.
So when I go out to events across the country and all over the western states, and I see a huge gathering of people, the feeling that I get is a real sense of community, and that the community exists, and not only exists, but that it's thriving. Beyond that, as a servant of the community, someone that strives to make sure that the organization continues, that events are run well, I get this really great sense of purpose and this feeling that all of my efforts and my contributions don't go in vain.
When you go to an event and you see a big group of people, you realize that you are only a part of something that's a lot bigger. You're not just your group of friends in the backyard hitting each other with sticks. You're part of this international organization where people from all over the world, from all walks of life, come together and can just enjoy being nerdy with each other. Some of these people you'll meet and you'll enjoy spending time with, and they will become lifelong friends.
However, amidst all the chaos and carnage, a lot of planning and prepping goes into bringing these events to life.
Well, when you're running an event, you need to consider some basic things. You've got to have someone to check everybody in. We call it troll because everyone's got to see the troll before they get on the field. You have weapons checkers to make sure all the equipment's safe. You have the field marshal or heralds that will make sure that the battles run smooth throughout the day. And then of course an event coordinator to hold it all together.
For many, LARPing isn't just an activity. It has become an integral part of their lives.
It means a lot to me. It's a way to get some exercise, it's a good way to meet new people, it's a good way to stay in touch with good friends. Like for example, some of the friends that I've met, I never would have met if I hadn't have gone to my first Belgarth practice 5 years ago.
For me, every single person that I fight with, I'm a part of that community, and I don't know where I would be without it. I've spent 11 years in this game, and it's so much a part of my life. To be completely honest, if I really think about it, I can't imagine myself being anywhere where Amtgard wasn't a major part of my life.
So I've been involved in Belgarth for going on 8 years now, and to say that it had an impact on my life would probably be underselling it. But I would have to say that the biggest impact that my participation in Belgarth has had is just the people that I've met and the relationships that I've developed, whether it be the person who knighted me, Sir Parr in Idaho, my longtime friend Anastasia of Chamonix, who really made Belgarth thrive in California, and most importantly, my brothers and sisters of the Sith Empire. I've developed very close relationships with them, and if there were ever a period of time where I was not coming out to Belgarth events or practices, I know without a doubt that I'd still have those people in my life. And that those people, because they look up to me and because they care about me, that I would still continue to make good decisions in my life to make them proud.
As the LARPing phenomenon continues to grow, more foam weapons will be forged, more garments will be made, more armies will continue to grow, for more epic battles are on the horizon.
So I don't see LARPing going away anytime soon. I feel more and more people are going to be more open-minded to the idea of LARPing in one way or another at some point in their life.